Welcome back, Valley friends. We're continuing our adventures in the valley with the Forgotten in the quest, Shadows on the Wall. After completing the quest of Forgotten Name, something magical happens and Skull Rock finally opens. The Forgotten says all our happy thoughts were the magic needed to finally break through Skull Rock. Once we're done chatting with the Forgotten, we can head over to Skull Rock to finally explore the inside and solve the mystery. Someone seems to be hiding in Skull Rock. We see strange lights that almost look like pixies flying around. There is also an unusual shadow that can be seen on the walls. The Forgotten recalls calling the strange lights pixie dust orbs, because they are a peculiar mix of pixie dust and dreamlight. We suggest exploring a bit more. We might find some clues to help us unravel the mystery. Onyx agrees. She will go ahead up the path she's spotted. We can continue exploring and meet her up there once we're ready to continue. There are plenty of notes pinned on the walls and posts. Make sure to read these as they can help us solve the puzzles as we make our way through this strange place. After making your way up the path, you should spot Onyx waiting for you. You can chat with her to continue. Unfortunately, the rest of the path is blocked by a gate, and this is as far as we can go at the moment. We're sure there should be something around here we can use to open the gate. We're convinced that the pixie dust orbs play a part in this. We'll need to do a bit more exploration. Hopefully we find what we need. Search the area until you find the glowing dig spot. Dig this up to retrieve the broken lantern. This was just the clue we needed. We can chat with Onyx again to show her what we have found. We believe the lantern is needed, but we also need to catch some pixie dust orbs. The lantern has no place for oil, so we believe the pixie dust orbs are used to light it. We've also noticed that there are 3 rope winches. This leads us to believe we will need 3 of these lanterns to attach to each of the rope winches. So we'll need to find the remaining lanterns, fix them, and catch some pixie dust orbs to place inside them. We'll start by finding the remaining lanterns, then gather up all the materials to fix them. Onyx will keep an eye out for the pixie dust orbs we'll need later. Both of the missing lanterns can be found on the ground floor near the ship. Here you should spot 2 fishing spots, which you will need to fish up to retrieve the broken lanterns. Once we have all the lanterns, we can collect the rest of the materials we'll need. First, we need 3 gold ingots, which we can craft from gold found in the Frosted Heights, Sunlit Plateau, or Forgotten Lands. Then we will need 9 pieces of glass. These are crafted from sand, or you can collect them by watering green flames in the Forgotten Lands. Sand can be found by digging on Dazzle Beach or breaking debris with your pickaxe. And finally, we will need 8 Vitalis crystals, which we can mine for in the Vitalis mines. I've been trying to level up all my companions. I really love the new companion features, especially now that they give us additional resources. Once we've collected all the materials, we will need to hunt down 3 pixie dust orbs. These are found in 3 specific spots around the valley. The first is by the bridge in the Forest of Valor. Next is the bridge in the Glade of Trust near Mother's house. And the final one can be found near the treehouse in the Forgotten Lands. Once we have collected all the pixie dust orbs and our materials, we can head over to our crafting station to craft 3 pixie dust lanterns. Make sure you have the lanterns in your bag, then head back into Skull Rock and up the path. Now you will need to place 1 pixie dust lantern in each of the 3 rope winches. Then we will need to use the winches to find the strange shadow we had seen earlier. You can interact with each of the winches until you spot the shadow. I found using the middle winch is the one that reveals the shadow. Keep turning it until he appears. After spotting the shadow, it will disappear again. We will now need to use the light beam from all 3 winches to trap the shadow on the big wall near where Onyx is waiting. This part was a bit tricky for me, but once you manage to get all 3 light beams pointing in the right direction, you should fulfill the quest requirement. I personally struggled with this for a bit, so it did take me a few tries to finally get it right. Once the shadow is trapped, we will be able to chat with it. Unfortunately, the shadow is unable to talk, but we should be able to decipher what he is trying to communicate to us. Looks like he wants us to follow him. We agree with Onyx that we will need to follow the shadow because currently he's the only one that seems to know the way through the gate blocking the path. But he is currently trapped due to the pixie dust lanterns. We'll need to free him so that he can show us where to go next. We'll need to move one of the lanterns so that the shadow can move along the walls with us. After chatting with the shadow and Onyx, we will need to interact with one of the winches to point the light towards where Onyx is standing. This will allow the shadow to move too. We can now see that we need to speak to the Jade Skulls. They're not happy that we've interrupted their sleep, but we explain that we need their help to get further into Skull Rock. He almost reveals who the shadow belongs to, but decides it's best for us to figure that part out for ourselves. We ask him whether he would be able to help us get past the gate. He agrees to help, but first we will need to answer some riddles. I surprised myself by actually getting them all right on my first try, so let's go through them together. The first answer is a pirate ship. Next answer is a pixie. And the final answer is a pan flute. Once you've answered all the riddles correctly, a wheel will appear next to the shadow. You can interact with the wheel, which will open the gate. This will conclude the quest Shadows on the Wall and start the next part of the adventure, a ship of gold. Please leave us a like if you found this video useful, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I will see you next time as we continue exploring Skull Rock with the Forgotten.